everyone and welcome to my little corner. In this video we're gonna talk about the best movies of 2018. In particular, my favorite movies of 2018. This is not influenced by anyone else's opinions or critics or whatever. What do I look for in a movie? I look forward to being entertained. I'm a very simple person, so let's just dive right into it. Starting off at number 10, we have Skyscraper, and this is a movie where you basically watch The Rock defying every law of gravity, nature, every single law, I don't know. So The Rock is a former FBI agent, and there's the tallest and safest building in China, and he's recruited to go there to handle security, but a lot of bad guys come in, the whole system is hacked, there's a big fire in the safest building, and his family is in the middle of the fire, and he needs to save his family. So it's a very intense movie, action-packed, and he needs to jump off buildings, he needs to go through flames. It's very intense, it is very entertaining. In number 9 on my list is AntMan and the Wasp, and I realize that I might be saying that wrong. If I am, I apologize in advance. So this movie is the second AntMan movie, is the sequel. In this movie there's new enemies, and the fun part is that actually in this movie they actually go bigger instead of smaller most of the time, and in this movie he will also have the help of the Wasp, which is the doctor's daughter. To be honest with you, a lot of these movies kind of have the same concept and like the same basic storyline. You know, there's the bad guys and then there's the superheroes, and it's not like you can really explain what the movie is about. You're basically, the superhero is fighting the bad guys. That's basically it. There's not much new things to it, but the thing that made this movie be on the list is that it's very entertaining. Also, the Mexican guy is the funniest thing ever. Number 8 on my list is Fantastic Beasts 2: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I know that a lot of you that already know that I'm a super Harry Potter fan might be asking, why is Fantastic Beasts so low on the list? Well, let's be happy that the movie is on my list, and that is because even though it's a Harry Potter world movie, it just wasn't that great. The movie was very confusing. They tried to put a lot of things into it. I got out of the movie feeling super confused, and honestly I still need to watch the movie again because I feel like I missed a lot of the information because of the confusion that happened throughout the whole movie. But it just wasn't what I expected, but it's still on the list because it is still a Wizarding World movie, and no matter what, I'm always gonna be happy and enjoy a movie that will bring me back to the Wizarding World. So that is the main reason why this is on the list. In number 7 on my list is 50 Shades Freed, and this is the last installment of the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. Of course, I have read the books and I watched the movie, and honestly I love 50 Shades of Grey. If you're not into that kind of stuff, that's fine. I really enjoyed it. I watched it Valentine's Day, and honestly I think that this third movie was amazing. It had a lot of action in it. Honestly, it wasn't just, you know, like a sexy movie, but there was a lot of action and actually like a lot of stuff going on, which was very interesting. Like there's kidnapping, and then there's car races and stuff like that. But honestly, one of the things that I remember most from the movie, and it's one of the things that I was not expecting and I loved a lot that they did that, is at the very end they actually made a little montage from basically their best moments from the very beginning of 50 Shades of Grey throughout all the 3 movies, and just basically all of their love story put together in a little montage, and that was very special. And honestly I was kind of almost tearing up at that moment. I thought it was really nice, a really nice touch that they put in the movie. Coming in at number 6 on my list is Crazy Rich Asians. This was a very fun movie. I think I've already watched it twice. It was very fun. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting much from it. So basically there's this crazy rich guy and there's this not so rich girl, and they're dating, and he wants to bring her to meet his crazy rich family, and when he does, his mom does not approve of her. So that's kind of like the basis of the story, kind of like she has to prove herself to his mom and to his family and everybody who doesn't really respect her because she doesn't have money. My favorite character of the movie though is Piglet. She is hilarious. I love her so much. She always had the comedy reliefs in the movie. It was really fun to watch. Coming in at number 5 on my list is Ready Player One. This is another movie that I watched the trailer and I was like, no, I'm not interested. Thank you, I don't want to watch it. And honestly, it took me a very long time, many months after, when I finally was like, okay, let's watch it. And I was so like, oh my god, this movie is amazing. How come I haven't watched it before? It totally blew me away, I think mostly because I wasn't really expecting much of it at all, and it just kind of like took me out of surprise. So it was really nice. So the movie is basically in a futuristic world where you still have actual actors playing the roles, but then there's this new technology where you actually go inside of a video game. There's this whole video game world. So the creator of that game dies, and when he dies, there's this whole message that is delivered to everyone that plays the game. And basically there's an Easter egg inside of the game, and there's 3 keys that players have to collect, and then you get like his, fortune. You get the game. I forgot what you get, but you get like everything he has after he died. If you think you're not into it, then you might be like me, and at the end you're gonna love it. At number 4 on my list is Searching. This was a very, very intense movie. It's like one of those movies where as you watch, they kind of give you the sense of nothing is what it really seems like it is, and what you thought you knew is not reality, and those kinds of... Am I making any sense here? This guy's daughter goes missing, and then the guy realizes that he doesn't really know much about his daughter and her friends and everything that she does. But then there's a lot of twists and turns that I can't really tell you about because I don't want to spoil you or ruin you the movie, but just know that this is a very intense movie and it's definitely a must watch for sure. Number 3 on my list is Black Panther. So the reason why Black Panther was so high on my list is that this, for one, is finally a different superhero movie. Because when you watch superhero movies, they kind of like all feel the same. It's the same story. It's like you're already used to, the Hulk, Iron Man. You're already too much used to those, and those movies get so repetitive. They just keep doing them over again. So Black Panther just felt like a refreshing superhero. You're learning about this whole new world. There's Wakanda, and then they have access to this amazing technology. It felt new and it was very entertaining. I really liked the technology part of the movie. I know that Iron Man is very rich and he has a lot of technology, but Black Panther and Wakanda is in a whole new level in technology. Number 2 on my list is Avengers Infinity War, and oh my god, another superhero movie? Really? You're gonna do that? Yes. So honestly, as I mentioned, it's another Avengers movie, it's another superhero. It might feel like the same thing. In this movie you have Thanos, which seems to be like the biggest villain they've ever faced. And because it is the Avengers, a lot of superheroes come together to beat this villain. Now, the main part that this movie is so high on my list is that I honestly did not expect. The ending of Infinity War, as you might have seen a lot of memes do, is very, well, at least for me, it was very surprising, dramatic, and it was very sad at the same time. I don't want to tell you what happened just in case you haven't watched it, but just know that you need to prepare yourself emotionally. And finally, the best movie of 2018 for me, it is definitely, without a doubt, A Quiet Place. It is kind of like one of those movies that you kind of stop breathing when you're watching it. So the movie is set in this post-apocalyptic world where there's these creatures with super hearing. So basically you cannot make any noise. That's the whole point of the movie. Do not make a sound. So it was very different to watch a movie where there's not really a lot of sound. It is an amazing movie. It is definitely the best movie of 2018. It is definitely a must watch. Honestly, I really gotta give it to Emily Blunt. She was amazing. I had no idea how great she was. I remember watching her in The Girl on the Train, and I know I've seen her before, but it was nothing memorable that I really remember. But A Quiet Place, I will always remember her from A Quiet Place. There's this scene in the movie where she has to give birth and not make a sound. Now, if that's not intense, I don't know what is. That scene was insane. So make sure to watch it if you haven't already. And this was my best movies of 2018 list. I really hope you enjoyed it. I would like to know, what were your favorite movies of 2018? And please let me know what are your recommendations of movies that maybe I could have missed. I will let you know if I watched it or not. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.